world. So today we are going to be doing a breakfast and a dinner. So we're going to start with a lovely Harry Potter breakfast of eggs and bacon, some toast, maybe some light jam as well. Just to get our day started, we will have a coffee that we're going to be adding on to that as well. No one can have their breakfast without a coffee. And then we're going to be moving over to Dungeons and Dragons, where we're going to do a traveler's feast. Now it's going to be very much beefy and vegetables, and we're going to be ready to go for our adventure on that end as well. And that's going to be accompanied by a lovely Evermead as well. There will be one that will have alcohol and one that will not have alcohol, so that way you can decide which way you want to go. You want to add a little spice to your life, you got that alcohol version for you. So let's get started. Alrighty, so now to start our breakfast portion, what we're going to be doing is an English fried eggs and a gammon of bacon. Sounds fancy, right? Don't worry, it's just eggs over easy and some slices of bacon. We're going to add some toast to it with some blackberry jam, just to give it a little, a little sweet taste to it at the end. So with that, we would be needing 2 rashers of bacon, just slices, don't worry, fancy word. We got 1 tablespoon of lard or bacon drippings. I keep mine every time I keep bacon in a little jar. So there is that. If you don't keep some, what you can do is when you fry that bacon, you can just scoop some out at the end of it. 2 large eggs and some salt and black pepper. It's pretty easy there. So then after that, what we're going to be doing is the whipped coffee. So we will have our coffee, our sugar, and our milk to be able to make that whipped coffee to go along with it. So these are all the ingredients that I have here, and I'll show you to them. I have the bacon. We have some lovely eggs, grade egg. The blackberry jam. This is seedless blackberry jam. We have a loaf of bread. Instant coffee is what you'll need for that whipped coffee. Some sugar. And then milk. What you will also need for this whipped coffee is going to be water. So I just want you to keep that one in mind. And we'll get started with cooking all of these for you. Alrighty, so before we get started with cooking, I'm just going to kind of let you know what we're going to be using. So I do have my 2 skillets out right now. One is going to be for the bacon and the other one is going to be for the eggs. I also have my lovely handheld blender that I got from my grandmother. So we will be using this to make the coffee. I also have a plate lined with a paper towel, so that way we can drain out the bacon on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to get started. We're going to start with cooking the bacon on medium-high heat. So we're going to be putting the rear one on, and I will put it on about 7.5 to 8. We don't want the bacon to cook too fast. If the bacon cooks too fast, then it's going to burn. So we wanted to make sure that it's cooking evenly for a steady amount of time. We're looking about possibly 2 to 3 minutes per each side. And while that's getting heated up, what we're going to do is we're going to get the ingredients together for the coffee. So because I will be making this for 2 people, we're going to be doubling this recipe. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the normal recipe for a single person is 2 tablespoons of instant coffee, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and then 2 tablespoons of water. What I'm going to be doing is doubling it, so I'll be doing 4 of each. So keep in mind, when you are cooking, there are 2 things that are very important. 1, always keep your area clean. What that means is make sure that as you're cooking, you're taking care of what you're doing, putting it in the dishwasher, washing up the area. You don't want any cross-contamination. The second thing is you want to have all of your things prepared before you start cooking. So if you have multiple ingredients, make sure they're all cut, chopped, ready, and make that cooking time cut in half there, because then you're not running around like a chicken with your head cut off, trying to get everything together in time when it's needed. And now you want to do all of this into a bowl. A small mixing bowl should be fine. And it's okay if a little bit goes into the bowl instead of into the spoon. It's not going to change anything. No worries there. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just going to get all the dry ingredients Another great idea is to make sure that you're putting things away after you're done using them. So if you know you're not going to be using them anymore, just throw them back to where they're going to be, less clutter onto your counters. So then you don't have to worry about at the end of it, you're ready to eat this food and then you have everything to put away. And then after you eat, you know you're not going to want to put anything away. Perfect. Alrighty, and it looks like we got our pan pretty good here. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing 2 slices per person that's eating. Like I said, there will be 2 of us eating. So I'm going to put 4 slices in here. So make sure after you handle any kind of raw meat that you are washing your hands in between. That includes eggs. Nobody wants to get sick. Alrighty. So like I said, we're going to have these go about 2 minutes on each side. And I'm going to saran wrap my bacon so that way I can reuse it. It's not the best saran wrap job, but that's okay. Because it's going to be used most likely tomorrow. So we have that bacon frying. Now what we're going to do is, like I said, if you don't already keep your bacon grease in a jar like I do, you would just wait for the bacon to completely be done frying. Right now, I already have some. So I'm going to get this front one started here. And we're going to put this on medium to low heat. We're going to do a pretty generous amount. Just throw it into our pan if it wants to come off. There we go. Now I'm just going to keep this on the side because we will be making more than 1 egg. Alright, and then what I'm also going to be doing at this time is I'm going to be throwing the toast into this toaster. Alright, so this bacon is about done, so what we're going to do is we're going to take it off. We're going to let it rest here. And we have our lard melting currently. We're going to get the rest of our coffee done. So we're going to get the wet ingredients. I know you can't see me right now, but that is okay. I'm going to actually bring this with me. That's going to make this a little bit easier. And we're gonna get 4 tablespoons, perfect, of hot. And now you can do this by hand. It takes like 5 times longer. We're just going to whisk it until it starts to thicken. And it'll start changing colors into a lighter brown. And it'll get pretty thick. Alright, and now we have our eggs. So we got a nice heat going on this pan. I'm just going to make sure we have the pan fully covered here. I think myself, I'm only going to have 1 egg. How many eggs are you going to be wanting? 3. Okay, so we're going to be making 4 either way. Add some salt and pepper as well. Now I'm just going to dump my excess into there. And what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to be I'm going to cook my other 2 on this one as well. Flip it over. A little salt and pepper again. Perfect. So I just opened this egg, so what I'm going to do is wash my hands again, just in case. And I'm going to get our pans ready. And by pans, I meant plates. Cooking. We're going to put our bacon on here. And our toast is done, and we're going to cut our toast. We're going to make our lovely whipped iced coffee. this is what our end result is going to be. So we have our toast with our butter and our blackberry jam. We have our fried egg and our bacon right here. If you do have any questions at all, please feel free to comment.